We're covering the federal election races of Malee and Farrer tonight, and here is our 7:30 update. We've had about 90 minutes of votes being counted so far, and I can say in the seat of Malee, 39 of the 94 booths have been counted, and currently on first preferences, Ann Webster has 31.2, leading the field at the moment from the Nationals. Serge Petrovic of the Liberals has 15.5%, and just behind that on 15.4% is Carol Hart of Labor. Of the independents, Ray Kingston is another percent and a bit behind on 13%, and we've got Jason Monica on 6.5%. Rick Miller of the UAP on 3 and a bit percent, Nicole Rowan from the Greens on 2.8%, and a few of the others rounding it out after that. So as you can tell by that, the two coalition candidates are leading the way, but if you add their two first preferences together, they're on 46.74%. And as I said earlier, what we're looking for with the combined coalition first preference is if it's above 45, they would appear to be quite safe. But if it goes under 45, then it's a bit of a discussion. So that's sort of where it's at with Malee. Now, the booths that have been counted so far, a lot of them have been smaller rural booths. So these are likely to, they've historically favoured the Nationals in the way that they've voted, although we are now starting to see some more urban booths. We've just had Old come through, Maryborough East has come through, which is traditional Labor turf, and one of the Horsham booths as well has come through. So we're starting to get more urban booths. So what happens to that 46.74% figure once we see all the urban booths is sort of a bit of a question mark that will be following closely with Malee. As for local booths, now we don't have the way that each individual booth has voted yet, but we know that the figures for Irimple, Cardross, Werribee, Murrayville, Corlong, Underbull and Nangelock have all come through locally, as well as Jason Monica's hometown of Nichols Point, and further down south, Ray Kingston's hometown of Rapaniap has posted its vote. So that gives you an idea of the sort of towns that have had their votes counted so far. Now, moving on to the seat of Farrer, the New South Wales seat where Susan Lee is up against Kevin Mack, the independent. Susan Lee currently is on 52.5% of the first preferences, which means if the race ended there, she would be the winner because she has more than half the vote just on first preferences alone. A bit of a similar story though, we'll be waiting on the more urban booths, so to speak, with that one, particularly the booths in Albury and how they decide to vote. That could swing things in the favour of Kevin Mack, but currently he's only on 21.3% of the first preference count, with Labor the next in line at 13.2%. So at the moment, it's Susan Lee's got the lead there, but again, we're going to be waiting on probably more of the Albury booths before we can do too much with that. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on both of those races throughout the night, both Malee and Farrer at this point, looking pretty interesting. But again, it's a bit of a waiting game. So we'll come back with another video in about an hour's time, around 8:30. And of course, you can follow all the action, sunraysiadaily.com.au. We'll have the latest figures. That's where you can see the latest first preference counts, as well as two candidate preferred, although those have a bit of a lag on them. So sunraysiadaily.com.au, and don't forget, you can leave a comment and use hashtag Malee votes and hashtag Farrer votes if you're on Twitter. And we'll see you later in the night.